Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It's Wednesday, the 29th day of March, National Lemon Chiffon Cake Day. Oh, this is the second cake day of the week, by the way. Did you notice that?
We like cake.
Good day for cake. National Mom and Pop Business Owners Day. Hey, that's us. National Nevada Day. National Vietnam War Veterans Day. Hats off, by the way, to each and every one of you.
Absolutely. God bless you.
National Little Red Wagon Day and Manatee Appreciation Day. I used to get emails from the Manatee Association.
I know.
They apparently lost my email address, which is fine. I'm okay with that. We still love the manatees. And I have a guest joining us today, Chyler Leigh from Supergirl, Arrow, Grey's Anatomy, The Flash, and many, many more. Now she's got a new project on Hallmark Channel on Sunday nights. It's called The Way Home. We'll chat with Chyler all about it in a bit.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the available offers at bettercreditcards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at bettercreditcards.com. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Women feel more confident in the spring and summer seasons, according to a new poll. Talked to about 2,000 ladies, and they looked at weather and how it impacts their confidence and their mood. Perhaps the least surprising thing revealed is that, on average, women say they can put up with only 7 weeks of cold weather before they've, quote, just had enough. That means they feel they need to go somewhere warm by January. Nearly half, 49%, said they feel least confident about how their skin looks during winter due to issues with dull skin. 30% uneven skin tones, 21%. And at that time of year, women also said that they feel less radiant during winter's peak in December and January.
Yep.
So when is your favorite season? Is there a season?
Spring.
Spring? And for me, I don't know if it's spring or if it's fall. I don't know. Kind of both.
Spring, because everything's being reborn. In the fall, things are dying. It's like,
But it's like the colors. Everything's so beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com. Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know a smart bandage is being developed that can monitor healing and even provide antibiotics right directly to the injury site, as well as stimulate the growth of tissue using electrical signals? California Institute of Technology scientists there have manufactured I think I said that right.
This smart stuff is getting really scary.
They've manufactured this high-tech polymer bandage, which would, in theory, heal wounds more quickly and affordably, especially for those with certain chronic illnesses that are known to have like slow healing process,
Right.
things like diabetes. I think it's fascinating, and I'm really glad to see that there's some good coming from all of
for
this.
now.
Yeah, but for the longest time, it was the dumbest things. They're like, oh, yeah, it can do this. It can respond to things for you on your social media. I'm like, I don't think I want a robot doing that. I think I want to tell people what I think rather than letting some robot do it. Anyway, this, I think, really does make sense. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Amanda Bynes, you remember Amanda, right?
Oh, yeah.
She was in some really cool stuff back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Anyway, she had been supposed to be in a reunion for the All That Cast 90s Con, and she couldn't go because of illness. And then there's been other things going on. Her parents are not considering another conservatorship for their daughter, even though there are many people saying they should. And she was, quote, likely living on the streets for days before she called the police on herself after a mental break. So that's 3 completely different stories that I have. If you want to see them, I have them in the show notes. And again, I'm hoping everything's okay. I always thought she seemed like a neat young lady. Middle Earth has a few new residents. There's a whole group of people that have joined the cast of Lord of the Rings of Power. A second season apparently is coming out. Prime Video announced that. And William Dafoe said he's not against doing another Spider-Man, so they were chatting with him about that. But then Freddie Prinze Jr. said he would not be Fred from Scooby-Doo if they did a reboot to that. So he's like, nope, not interested. All right, a lot of stuff crammed into the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. A pet zebra in Ohio bit a man's arm
Yeah.
off. Completely, yeah. I didn't even know a zebra could do that.
I didn't know a zebra could be a pet.
Yeah, so this is like, I don't know, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that happened. And then, again, that was in Ohio, bit off a man's arm, a zebra. And Ohio has been named the best state for retirement, as long as you stay away from the zebras. Wow. A so-called life hack expert says that he has a secret to removing a Band-Aid painlessly. So if you ever have an issue removing Band-Aids, a Los Angeles-based TikTok creator, I don't know how you're saying it. It's all made up. I don't know how you call these people. Sydney Raz shared life hacks with tricks and tricks with his followers, and this one is a no pain Band-Aid removal video.
Okay, so what's the trick?
1.4 million views.
Does it say?
Yeah, in it you see him pull a small plastic Band-Aid and remove it in an upward motion, pulling it off the skin of his arm quickly. After doing so, he said, I didn't even feel that happen. At the end of the video, he reiterates, pull up the Band-Aid. It's hard to properly explain without seeing it, but the video shows him yanking on it in a way that the entire Band-Aid comes off in one motion, rather than peeling it off, where you might actually, feel pain as it's being peeled off. In response, TikTokers say, I just tried it with the fabric ones. It still works with those too. I've got a link to the video because now there's people out there going, what does that even mean? I don't know if you could tell by me stumbling through the story. I have no idea. I'm not even sure I know who he is or where he's from. I said it, but I'm probably wrong. All right. If you want to see that, again, there's a link to the video. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. It's the final week to get signed up for an amazing giveaway from radiotravelgroup.com.
The Sands is an all-inclusive vacation in Cancun filled with sun, fun, and awesome music.
Pat Benatar, Night Ranger, The Human League,
Dee Snider, Queensryche, and so many more.
We go to this event every single year, and many people say it's the best week ever.
And we want you to join us.
Register for free right now at radiotravelgroup.com.
The prize is valued at over $4,000.
Register right now at radiotravelgroup.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Our guest today, Chyler Leigh. You might know her from Supergirl, Arrow, Grey's Anatomy, The Flash. She's got a ton of amazing projects she's had a chance to do. Now, Sunday nights on the Hallmark Channel with The Way Home, and folks are loving this show, aren't they?
They are. I'm so glad. It's fantastic to see the response. And I'll tell you, because everybody in the show, in front of and behind camera, the producers, the creators, we put so much heart into it and just really strive to make something different and unique, particularly, for Hallmark, and kind of push some boundaries and really test people's emotions. And the fact that it is,
resonating so much with an audience and expanding our audience it's so awesome.
In The Way Home, you play Kat, and it's about 3 generations that are kind of coming together in a very unusual way.
It sure is. When we pick up the show, Kat is in the midst of divorce from her husband. She just gets fired. So her husband is Alice's dad, her daughter. And so they're kind of in this interesting, funky place in their life. And she ends up getting this mysterious letter from her mom, who she hasn't spoken to in, just over 20 years, from a tragedy that they went through, which was losing her younger brother, and then shortly after her father. So it's kind of, you find them in some broken places, and Kat is kind of this I guess, conduit for the tragedy on both sides in this sense. But she gets this mysterious letter from Dell, played by Andie MacDowell, just one of the loveliest people on earth, and to come back home after all these years. So Kat and Alice make the journey back begrudgingly on Alice's behalf, back to Port Haven, which is the town that Kat grew up in. And now they find themselves on the farm and in this really weird situation where they're all now together under one roof and kind of trying to figure out the pieces of, what's going on and why. And then Alice ends up in a teenage fit of rage, ends up falling accidentally into the pond that's on the family land, on the Landry farmland. And when that happens, she ends up getting transported back to 1999 and ends up meeting the teenage version of her mother, so Kat's teenage version. And I think that is just such a cool opportunity for people, for our audience, to ask that question. It's like, God, what would it be like if I went back in time and met my parent or guardian or someone who was very influential in my life at the same age? Like, what would that have looked like? And do you think that, is something that maybe could change how I see them now? Like that, I think is like such a brilliant concept, and it leaves so much to be discovered. And we really were able to take advantage of that with this season, and look forward to, I say when we get a season 2, we can really push that even further.
I think they've done a really good job of pulling this together in such a really cool way. And I love the fact that you mentioned Andie MacDowell as a sweetheart. I've always thought she seemed like a sweetheart.
Oh, she's everything that you want her to be. As lovely as she is on the outside, she is, 100-fold on the inside. She just is, to work with someone that is that generous and is that passionate and just that kind is such a gift. And, she's been doing this for 40 years. And so she's a veteran, but man, she makes it so much fun and really brings out the best in you. And she's just an awesome lady.
And Chyler, you've had a chance to do some amazing things. Do you ever just kind of pinch yourself and go, wow, is this really happening?
Absolutely. I mean, I take with me all the greatest experiences at this point, and I'm incredibly grateful, and I've learned a tremendous amount, and have also had the opportunity to help others that are up and coming as well, to kind of like lend some of my experience and knowledge and whatnot in front of and behind camera to really hopefully just humanize who we are as actors. Yeah. I think people forget that actors are people too, but I'm just grateful. And I don't ever take it for granted, what I've been able to do in my career and how that's helped steer me as a human being.
I love that. Chyler, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Again, our guest today, Chyler Leigh. She's on The Way Home on Hallmark Channel, and it's on Sunday nights at 9 Eastern and Pacific. All the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the available offers at bettercreditcards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at bettercreditcards.com. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The largest snowflake in the world was found in 1887. It was 15 inches wide and 8 inches thick. That's a big snowflake.
That's a huge snowflake.
You imagine getting hit by that thing? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There's an island in Japan that you can visit that's inhabited only by friendly bunnies.
Aww.
How cool is that? All right. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The British royal family is not allowed to play Monopoly. We've talked about that before. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In the 19th century, experts warned women about a disease called bicycle face, which meant getting stuck in an awkward face if you ride a bicycle. So clearly they were wrong. All right. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
God is the only Simpsons character who has all 5 fingers. Everybody else has just 4. But when they created God in The Simpsons, God has 5
Oh, that's
fingers.
Interesting.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A giraffe heart needs to pump twice as hard as a cow's heart in order to get blood all the way up to the brain, that big long neck.
Okay.
Yeah. Several fun facts Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show. Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com. Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Did I say that wrong? I think I did. Question for you, Heidi. 59% of people say they find this place stressful. I think I do. What is this?
Dentist.
No, airport. Oh, I'm always afraid I'm going to miss a flight. I'm always afraid that, I'm going to get on the, in the wrong line. I don't know. I'm always stressed out when I'm relaxed when I'm flying, when I probably should be afraid, but I'm not afraid to fly, but I'm always afraid I'm going to miss a flight. So I don't know. Probably because, we've missed flights. The Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for some weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. The restaurant chain Panera Bread, they're testing a new palm scanning technology from Amazon. It's going to identify a customer and then suggest menu items and accelerate payments for that customer and allow workers to greet people by name. Panera says the project will begin to roll out their Amazon One in coming months. Panera is a first national restaurant to sign on to the technology. They're going to ID customers using their hands, allowing them to pay and access their loyalty account with their palm. The company says guests who link their My Panera account to Amazon One will enjoy convenience of fast payments, as well as tailored meal recommendations from Panera associates based on their preference and previous orders. When customers are done ordering, guests can scan their palm again to pay.
Yeah, guess who won't be taking part in that?
Yeah. You and anybody else who's wanted by the law.
Good Lord.
When I say anybody else who's wanted by, I make it sound like you're wanted by the law.
I am not wanted by the law, but...
No, it seems a bit overreaching.
It's a bit overreaching.
Yeah. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. From the Kids Say the Darndest Thing file, here's a whole bunch of stuff that kids came up with and people just can't get enough of it. It says, my son just referred to a home phone as a ring-a-ling phone, and I'm officially calling it from now on.
Oh, cute.
My 4-year-old told me they had butt cakes after lunch today. I was like, what? Butt cakes? He goes, big cupcakes, and it was a bunt cake.
A bunt cake. Oh,
yeah,
cute.
Bunt cake. My 5-year-old just referred to the drink menu as the beer magazine. My 3-year-old daughter doesn't know the word cough drops. She's asking for some medicine beans.
Oh, cute.
5-year-old, Mommy, can you make me a bald egg? She goes, a bald egg? She goes, an egg with no skin or no hair?
What?
I don't know what that means. I think he meant boiled egg.
Oh.
I don't know. My daughter called the first president George Washing Machine. My 5-year-old called a QR code a scan square. Now I call them scan squares everywhere I see them. And the final one, and then we're going to let you look at the rest in the show notes. My son referred to a little boy today as a double kid. Any idea what that meant? He was a twin.
Oh.
There were twins. It's some double kids.
Okay.
All right. There's more in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. It's the final week to get signed up for an amazing giveaway from radiotravelgroup.com.
The Sands is an all-inclusive vacation in Cancun filled with sun, fun, and awesome music.
Pat Benatar, Night Ranger, The Human League,
Dee Snider, Queensryche, and so many more.
We go to this event every single year, and many people say it's the best week ever.
And we want you to join us.
Register for free right now at radiotravelgroup.com.
The prize is valued at over $4,000.
Register right now at radiotravelgroup.com. Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today is from J.R. Ewing from Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
Again, another movie character. This one, or this is a TV show character,
TV.
I guess. Yeah. Once you give up integrity, the rest is a piece of cake. I actually sadly know some people who I think would say something like that. Like, no, please just do the right thing. All right, that's your quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Want to remind you, only a couple of days now, Heidi. Couple of days until the big giveaway at radiotravelgroup.com. We made it really easy to find all of the details at johnandheidishow.com. All right, here's the story. Man scales 3-story building to rescue neighbor during fire. Holy cow.
Whoa.
Colorado Springs, Colorado. A guy climbed 3 stories to save a neighbor suffering an asthma attack during an apartment building fire, rather. It says, we saw the fire going on and noticed a guy on the 3rd floor was having a hard time breathing. He had an inhaler in his hand and couldn't even stand up. Somebody else told the EMTs and they went up, but the door was locked. Parker says he saw the neighbor was all alone in the apartment, and when he saw somebody in trouble, his adrenaline took over. He said he just needs a hand. I decided to scale up to the 3rd floor off the balconies and unlock the door. I was able to reach it. It was scary though because I figured if my hand slipped, there's gonna be someone down there to help me.
Right.
Firefighters were able to get the blaze under control in minutes. 2 apartments were affected, displacing 8 people and 5 animals. Nobody was harmed outside of the man that had the asthma attack. And again, thanks to Parker, that guy's going to be fine now. I'm glad I was here to help, Parker says. I just figured if it wasn't me, if it was me, rather, I would hope somebody would have done the same thing. I don't know that I would have done that. I'm not saying I wouldn't have wanted to, but I don't think I could have.
That is scary.
Can you even imagine?
Hero.
Yeah, absolute hero. So I love that. It's a great story, and I have a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.